Right. So, with the Champions League coming back soon, just in a few days, I believe, I wanted to make my predictions for the quarterfinals. It's going to bring 4 very good matches, in my opinion. And while there's still a lot of big teams out, there's still many big teams in it. And a lot of them have good chances to win it, in my opinion. But, I mean, let's just get straight to it. I know there's a lot of news with big teams and big players happening during the international break. Many transfers hopefully going through, maybe not going through. But yeah, anyways, let's get into my predictions. Yeah. Right, so the first match is Real Madrid versus Liverpool. This one is honestly, in my opinion, I keep saying that, is going to be the closest match out of the 4 because they're both experiencing some pretty difficult times. They're not having the best of seasons. Real Madrid is arguably having a better season with them getting being closer to winning the league title, while Liverpool are still slipping further and further down. I mean, they have picked up their form, kind of, especially in the Champions League. Champions League done absolutely excellent. Thrashed RB Leipzig 2-0 in both matches, which is quite surprising. A lot of people thought that RB Leipzig were actually going to go through because they were just on better form than Liverpool were. But now, we're not too sure how to rate Liverpool in the Champions League because they've been pretty decent in the Champions League this season. Sure, they've lost a few matches or lost quite terribly in a few matches, but I mean, they've done pretty well, especially as we saw against Leipzig. In the Premier League, not so well. They've crashed out of a few cups, I believe. But yeah, you can never know. But meanwhile, Real Madrid are also not experiencing the best of seasons, with them being in 3rd place, 6 points behind Atletico Madrid. They still have a good chance while they're winning their matches. They're not winning it too convincingly, but they're winning them, which is what matters. They got knocked out of the Copa del Rey, and in the group stages of the Champions League, they didn't play so well. But, I mean, they thrashed Atalanta. So, we're not too sure how to, at least I'm not too sure how to judge these two teams. But I do think this is going to be the closest match because, again, they're such good teams. They have quality players, but they have their own set of injuries. Like, I'm not sure if Virgil van Dijk is going to be back yet. Or even if he is back yet, will that even help Liverpool out that much? Or Real Madrid with their injuries, like Eden Hazard, who, despite not being that well at Real Madrid, he does bring some quality to the team. I just feel like they're not at their best, but they do still have quality players. So it'll be tough. It's tough for me to decide who will win this match. But I mean, I am biased against Real Madrid, of course, because I'm a Barcelona fan, but I think Liverpool just might edge it. I think it'll go very close. I've seen a few predictions already. Many people think that they'll go to penalties, but I think it'll be decided on away goals, in my opinion. But yeah, I think it'll be Liverpool going through. But either way, good luck to both teams. I will be watching this match because this will be a very entertaining match. Not the most entertaining one, but it will be the closest one in my opinion. So, yeah. Anyways, on to the next one. So, this next matchup is Man City versus Borussia Dortmund. Oh, just looking at the firepower of both teams, it's so interesting. This is going to be the most... I think this is going to be the game with the most goals. In my opinion, this is going to be no, scratch that. This is going to be the most entertaining match because of all the firepower that both teams have. Man City with the likes, well, actually anyone in that team can score a goal or make a good pass and just a lot of flair. Meanwhile, Dortmund have a bunch of very young, talented youngsters. I said young quite a bit. But anyways, like the likes of Erling Haaland, Jadon Sancho, Gio Reyna, Jude Bellingham, they can all create magic on the pitch, and I can't wait to see this match. It kind of sucks because I love both teams, and realistically, I would want both of them to advance, but obviously that can't happen. So, in my opinion, it is kind of easy for me to decide because Man City's obviously the bigger team, stronger team, and just having a better season than Dortmund. Dortmund are having one of their worst seasons yet. I mean, they used to be fighting for the title, at least up until the last few game weeks against Bayern. But now they're fighting for Champions League at this moment, and they could be losing their big starlets like Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland, like I talked about previously, and they could be losing them at the end of the season, which would suck for them, but I mean, it could be helpful for other teams. But I mean, I feel bad for Dortmund. Dortmund deserve to be a bigger team. I feel like they deserve to be a bigger team. They always have brilliant youngsters coming through. They sign youngsters from obscure places, but they prove to be really good players. It just sucks that they're not consistent enough, at least as a team. They concede way too many goals. While Man City, they score a lot of goals. Man City are a very strong team, especially this season. They're proving to be one of the best, and they could go on to win it. In my opinion, I think they're the favorites to win it. Anyways, I think it'll be Man City going through. It'll be quite easy. It'll be a few goals differential. There's my prediction. Yeah, I think Man City will go through. Sorry, Dortmund, but good luck to both teams. Maybe there could be an upset. Maybe Dortmund can win, but my opinion, just based on form, based on the players that both teams have, I think it'll be a quite comfortable victory for Manchester City, at least across two legs. Sorry, Borussia Dortmund. So, this next one, Porto versus Chelsea. This one, not the most entertaining one, but I think it'll be the most interesting one, because while many people may have written off both teams against their previous opponents, a lot of people thought Atletico Madrid and Juventus were going to go through, including myself. I predicted Juve and Atletico Madrid to go through, yet obviously they didn't. These two teams went through, and it's quite astounding in my opinion. Porto played pretty well in the first leg and the second leg. The second leg wasn't the most convincing, but they got the job done. And Chelsea, they were quite convincing against Atletico Madrid. Didn't score too many goals, but they played well. And N'Golo Kante was brilliant on the day against Atletico Madrid in the second leg. He was everywhere. But yeah, and Kai Havertz seems to be picking up some form. And Timo Werner, slightly. Hakim Ziyech, slightly as well. Christian Pulisic maybe could start bringing it up after some great performances with the U.S. national team. Yeah, it just seems like Chelsea is on a good path, especially under Thomas Tuchel. They haven't conceded many goals, but they haven't scored many goals either, but they're getting the job done. They're getting the results. I don't think they've lost a game yet under Thomas Tuchel, or I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. But anyways, I don't think they've lost a match. If they have, maybe they've lost one or two. But anyways, they seem brilliant under the new German manager. So props to him and to the team. But now, Porto. Porto's an interesting case because I believe they're not having the greatest of seasons in their league. But in the Champions League, they seem to be doing quite excellent. I mean, they knocked out Juventus. And they came in second in the group with Man City in it, if I remember correctly. And they didn't lose at home, right? I'm pretty sure they haven't lost at home or conceded a goal at home. Yeah, because they went through on away goals, I just remembered. Anyways, it seems like Porto can go a bit further. But against this Chelsea side that are proving to be a very strong team under their new manager. I wasn't going to try to pronounce his name again because it's too difficult. Anyways, I do have Chelsea going through. Sorry, Porto. You have been the dark horse, and now I think it's Chelsea's time to be the dark horse of the campaign. Maybe to go on and win it, to go to the final, to go to the semifinals, but we'll see. But in my opinion, I have Chelsea going through. Not too comfortable, but I think a little more comfortable than Man City is. Sorry, FC Porto again. But yeah, maybe they can cause an upset, but I don't really see that happening. I'm going for a Chelsea victory. On to the next. Okay, last match. I think this is the biggest match. It was the previous final in the Champions League. It was Bayern versus PSG. This is a very big match. The biggest match out of the four, in my opinion. I think a lot of people would agree with that. But anyways, PSG, Bayern, big teams. Very big teams. Big stars in their teams. Neymar, Mbappe, Lewandowski, Müller. probably not the two biggest, but Lewandowski definitely is by far the best player in the world right now, current form. But according to a few reports, he's out injured. He's out injured for a few days, which would make him miss a very important game in the Bundesliga. I'm not sure if he'll miss out in the first leg against PSG. If he does, that would be devastating for Bayern because he's such on hot form. And even if he does come back before the match, will he be back to his scoring form? Who's to say? Most likely not. I mean, it's a small problem according to the articles that I read, but if it is a small problem and comes back just fine, he can make the difference and he can help Bayern cruise to an easy victory. But if he's not back, or if he is back with a few problems, then I don't know, PSG could take it. This is a close one. I don't think it's as close as Liverpool, Real Madrid, but I do think it is a close one, and I think it is the game to watch. I will be watching all four, even though they're going on at the same time. I will be watching all four. But anyways, Bayern and PSG, they're both very strong teams. I've already said that. But, I mean, Neymar will be back, I believe, before both matches. So that'll be a major boost for PSG. Maybe he'll be able to create a few chances, key chances for Kylian Mbappe and the likes of Mauro Icardi and Moise Kean, because he was brilliant against Barcelona in that first leg. But we'll see. PSG, they have been a bit flaky this season. I know they're back on top in the Ligue 1. They were second place and third place for quite a while, but they are back on top on goal difference. And they're playing quite decent. They're still a bit flaky. They still seem like they could lose a few matches beforehand, or just not be up to the top quality standard that they should be at. Mauricio Pochettino has done pretty decent job with them. In the league, doesn't seem like it that much, but I mean, they're on top of the league, so you can't really say much about it. In the Champions League, obviously they knocked Barcelona out. Big performances from them, and in the group stage they did pretty well as well. They topped it, if I'm not mistaken. And Bayern, so I think PSG do have a solid chance of winning this match, but I have to give it to Bayern. Bayern are just way too strong at the moment. I know they've also been pretty flaky this season. I mean, they lost out to a third-tier team in the DFB Pokal, which is the German Cup. And in the Bundesliga, they've dropped a few points that they probably shouldn't have. But they have rescued a few points that they could have dropped. Mainly because of their main man, Robert Lewandowski, the best player in the world right now. He's on red-hot form, but again, he could be out injured for the first match. And even if he is back, again, there could be some problems, but they still have a very stacked team. It's just that they won't have a top striker. I don't think they'll even have a striker. I think their backup striker could be Gnabry, maybe, because he was playing striker for the German national team, I believe, unless I got the formation incorrect. But maybe Joshua Zirkzee. I'm not sure if he's even in the team, or he's out on loan. Sorry, but I mean, I'm not sure who could fill that void for Robert Lewandowski if he's not in the match, or even if he is. Sorry, I keep saying that, but I'm worried about that injury. Because there's been many injuries for both teams, and, well, not really Bayern, but PSG has lost out many players, and many big teams have lost many players to injury, and it sucks. But anyways, I'm still giving the victory to Bayern because I feel like Bayern have the quality. The team is just slightly better than PSG's. Their fullbacks are better, center backs are better, their goalkeeper is slightly better despite being a bit older than Neuer being quite a bit older than Keylor Navas. And I think their quality is just a bit better. Their creativity is a bit more consistent than PSG is, despite Neymar and Mbappe being some of the best players in the world right now. It is difficult for me to choose this, but I am going Bayern. I feel like Bayern are just an overall better team and have better form. So I'm going on Bayern Munich. So those are the four teams that I'm going to go for the semifinals. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but hopefully I do a better job than I did for the quarterfinals. And yeah, so those are my semifinalists. Let me know if you guys disagree down in the comments. If you like this, please do like and subscribe. I guess there's nothing else to say, but peace out.